you start practicing, this is something we do in Buddhism and Zen and whatnot, is you start practicing for the first time being aware of your thoughts. So a lot of people just stay busy. And I think Carl Jung's spoken about this. The last thing people want to do is ever be alone by themselves for 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
instead, we fill our lives with Netflix and doom scrolling on our phones and calling people online all the time. We have so many distractions in the modern world. And I think that's much more catastrophic than people realize. Actually, I've been tuning into this. We really are losing a lot with this constant online presence, and we're losing the subtle muscles that our ancestors were more tuned into. Partly that even arises from being in nature more. So as you begin to slow down, use breath work to calm your physiology, and then you just turn your attention to the state of your mind, what's happening. And at first that can look like a madhouse. It can just look like kind of a machine where, all these ideas are bouncing around constantly. It looks crowded. It looks chaotic. And at first you don't know what to do with it. But basically, slowly over time, you develop this practice where you watch it with this witnessing perspective without feeling identified to it. I think about Eckhart Tolle talked about this amazing experience he had where he was in college and he was getting so stressed out and filled with anxiety. And he's like, one time he said, I'm going to drive myself crazy. And he had this awareness, who is this that knows that this being is driving itself crazy? It's almost like there's another being taking the witnessing perspective. And that's when he suddenly had this kind of epiphany. I am the witness. I am not this being having this experience. So one of the practices is creating decoupling of subject from object. And you can see yourself, hold yourself with compassion. A lot of people have that problem too. They judge themselves much more harshly than everybody else, but that's still millions or billions of people creating judgment, right? Which also impacts the collective field. So you want to take that witnessing perspective, notice that. And the second you do that, that already has created a bit of decoupling and separation. So you're not so fused with those thoughts anymore. And then slowly but surely you begin to recognize, fewer thoughts are populating. And you recognize it's very much about what we engage with. So then you just choose to watch the thoughts. Like the analogy that's used is you have this blue sky, these clouds drift across the sky. These are the thoughts that emerge. And you practice not engaging with them. You notice them. You don't try to push them away. You don't try to suppress them because that's its own energetic intensity that distorts the field, right? So equally an attachment and an aversion both distort the field. So you want to practice just having this witnessing perspective, watch it, don't engage with it. And eventually the monkey mind starts saying, he's not playing anymore. This is no fun. And fewer thoughts come. So that's just one practical way that you can become aware of the deep inner workings through this practicing of the witness, and how you can also cultivate a better thought life, delving into this deeper awareness of who you are. And that helps you be more cognizant when you go into these other practices.